What the? Oh, there I am. Hi, how you guys doing? I am just gonna go ahead and do this. Oh wait, where's my? There we go. Boom. I know I'm a little bit late. My uh, morning, Mumsy. I am so sorry that I am running just a tiny bit late. Um, I do a morning podcast with a friend, and that was running a little bit late, and it made me a little bit late for stream. So I do apologize for that. But I'm gonna go ahead and make myself some coffee first before we get started. And I will be putting up the recipe on the stream, like maybe in the. Ooh, no. There we go. So yeah, I'm just making myself some coffee first. Actually, you know what? Let's just hop into gaming. Here we go. No, 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 no. Which one are you? Thank you. Okay, so now we need to wait. Oh, editing this is gonna be so much fun. There we go. I just need to make sure that it is. Okay, let's do animes. Okay. Ah, ta-da! Okay, yeah, you guys can see all the wires here. Let's see if I can fix that. I don't know how I'm gonna fix that on stream. And let me just put the lights on as well, so you guys have better lighting. There we go. Oof. Okay, let's just hide that. Let's just there we go. That should be better. And yeah, guys, let's go ahead. This is the coffee that I'm drinking. It's Dow Egberts espresso style. So yeah, that's just gonna help me wake up a little bit more. I've already made my grant tea. So yeah. Dun, 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 dun. One, two, close that. Oh, guys. Oh, wait. Well, I did say I was gonna share the recipe. Wait, why is my camera covering my model? There we go. Oh my word. Guys, this morning is so scuff. It is so scuff. Okay, no, we don't want that. We want that. Okay. I think I'm gonna. No, I'm gonna have to put you up here. And then I'm gonna have to make you smaller somehow and put you up here in the corner like that. And that is the recipe we're gonna be following. I know it's gonna be a little bit small on screen, but there we guys go. That is the recipe we're gonna be following. Where have you been, Acid? Welcome back. Rawr. Oh, thank you, Mumsy. I appreciate it. Are you okay? Are you good? Are you healthy? Like, there we go, guys. So I normally put milk in first, and then I just like stir it until, you know, I just normally stir it for a bit. Oh, that is awesome. What cosplays have you been working on, Acid? And it's nice to see you again. We've been missing you. And there is our coffee. It's not really as hot as what it should be. Oh, yeah, no, that can be challenging. Oh, nice. Okay, so the coffee's not as hot as I wanted, but it's not cold either. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this out the way. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be looking at the recipe and getting everything we need, and I'll be right back. Got olive oil, measuring things. Um, Okay, so I kind of forgot to take the bacon out of the deep freeze so it could defrost overnight, so that's my bad. How many does this serve? Let me just see how many does this breakfast serve. Because I don't think, oh, it serves four. Okay, so I don't think we need 8 eggs because it's just my gran and I. So I'm gonna say 4 eggs enough. Um, Salt and freshly ground pepper to taste and butter. Okay, so salt and pepper. We do have ground pepper, but I don't know where our grinder is. So we do have ground pepper, but I just don't know where our grinder is. So there's that. And then we also need a butter. Butter, 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 butter. And I'm gonna use the butter that's already open so you guys can see. I'm not going to open up new stuff that's already been opened. Okay, so that's what we've got. And I'm going to go ahead and start mixing the eggs. And I'm going to defrost the bacon. So I'm going to show you how I do that now. So I'm just going to take this kettle, put it on the stove, let it boil again. And then we're just going to let the bacon sit in hot water so it can defrost. And yes, you're going to be using the whole bag. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, put that there. Again, I'm just using 4 eggs, and I know it says 2 egg yolks. I'm not gonna be separating the eggs from the egg yolks and stuff like that. I'm not gonna go through that whole route. I'm gonna do something a little bit differently. So as much as I'm gonna be following this recipe, I'm still gonna be doing my own thing. So yeah, let me go ahead, put the kettle back on the stove so it can heat up a little bit more and then defrost the bacon. And now I can catch up with chat. Okay, let's see what chat's up to. Crazy that I only now realized that I wasn't here for a long time. I did sometimes tune in, but didn't write. Oh, no, you're fine, Acid. I do appreciate you popping in. I really do. Mumsy, at least Acid was popping in, and you could have told me. Never really sat well with me for some old psychological reason. It's weird that not everything is for everyone. I'm I'm not sure how I feel about cosplay. Okay, so there are a few characters that I would cosplay. The Cheshire Cat, Alice, but I think I would do Alice from Alice Madness Returns, and then um. Okay, so there's that. I would love to cosplay as my VTuber model, but my live 2D model, my live 2D model. Yeah, and I think that's it. I think that's all I can think of. Oh, nice, nice. Okay, so the kettle is gonna take a while. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna leave the bacon in here, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab our measuring jug. Okay. So I'm not going to really measure out because it does say 15 milliliter olive oil and stuff like that. What I normally do is I just grab this and I just pour it over the pan until I think it's enough. That's basically what I do. So I'm going to go ahead and crack these open and then just pop it in there. So this is going to be a very simple recipe. Like, I mean, everybody knows how to, well, most people that I've met know how to make bacon and eggs. So it's not really going to be that complicated of a recipe. I hate it when the eggs do that. It is nasty. Oh, when it gets stuck to the top of the eggshell, it freaks me out. Okay, so and what I normally do is I don't just I'm gonna grab some mixed herbs. Yeah, this is mixed herbs and sweet basil. I love sweet basil. I use sweet basil for everything. And I'm gonna put that in as well. So I'm gonna put in some sweet basil, some mixed herbs, salt, pepper, and a little bit of milk just to make it creamy. So that's how I normally get creamy eggs. I just like that's what I normally do. That's what I normally throw in. So yeah, I made an Alice Manders Returns cosplay once for a friend. Ooh, nice. She even had the blade. Oh my word. Basil, that's what I forgot from the shops yesterday. Oh my word. And then you can grab chopsticks or you can grab a fork. I've got chopsticks. There is one thing that I like cooking with nowadays is chopsticks. I don't like using lots of utensils. It just makes doing dishes a lot easier. But yeah, and then I just go ahead and I just mix everything. And that's it. And then you just scramble this over the stove. That's basically it. Oh, that's what I forgot to get. I forgot to get gas for the little small gas stove that we have. So you guys can actually see me cook everything here on one counter instead of me moving everything around. I think that is something I will see if I can get today, and then tomorrow morning when doing the breakfast stream, I can do it over. Yeah, I just won't be able to bake stuff when we start baking because we are gonna do muffins like chocolate chip muffins and cranberry muffins, I believe. So yeah, that is also coming, and then we're gonna be making our own muesli, which also needs to be baked in the oven. So yeah, that's basically it. Why is this thing taking forever to boil? Okay, and that's basically it. And then you just scramble it over the stove. That's it. Yes, it is on. I just switched it off now. The kettle is like it was hot, but I didn't need it to whistle. So I'm just like gonna let this sit in hot water for a little bit so it can defrost. There we go. And then obviously we're gonna pour that out. And then once we've poured that out, then we can go ahead and so I'm just gonna leave that for a little bit. Oh, not a problem. Acid, what book are you reading? If you don't mind me asking. Oh, yeah. So I'm not gonna leave this in for very long because as you guys can see, it's already starting to defrost. You can already start seeing that. So I'm gonna go ahead and let the water out. I haven't read the Court of Thrones series though. Apparently, it has some spicy bits in it as well, and I'm just like, okay. And this is catered to young adults. Oh my word, we're selling these books to teenagers? Okay. Okay, so this is how I normally measure my oil. I just normally just do that and then ta-da. Done. Done. So I got the stove on medium high, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab. So I don't know why I brought out the measuring spoon. It was not necessary, because what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grab like a teaspoon of butter, and then just let this melt on the stove, and then I'm good. Then we're good. Okay, why don't you want to stay on the spoon? You need to stay on the spoon. There we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and wait for that to melt and put this back in the fridge because there's still quite a bit of butter in there. Mm. And I use salted butter, guys. Even though I do have salted here, I do use salted butter. I don't know, salted butter to me just tastes a lot creamier than normal butter. I don't know if it's just a me thing or what. A second in quarter of mm, the female MC is just so annoying. I can understand that. I can understand that. I have no clue what you guys are on about. Mumsy, it's okay. Hey, angry uncle, how you doing? We are busy making some eggs and bacon this morning. Tomorrow we're going to be making poached eggs. We're going to be making poached eggs on spinach and toasted baguettes. That will be tomorrow morning stream. And hello from South Africa. How you doing? And welcome in. We've already got our eggs prepped. I'm just waiting for the butter to melt on the stove. Unfortunately, I cannot move my camera around as I would normally like. I forgot to get gas for our little gas stove. I'm gonna see if I can get that sorted out today so when I cook, I can actually cook in front of you guys. So, yeah, that is the only thing I forgot to get when I did grocery shopping. I mean, the female MC goes on, "Oh, I'm such a cool huntress and independent and strong. Oh no, I killed two innocent. Oh my word." It kind of reminds me of Skullduggery Pleasance, the main character in there. She becomes annoying as well because she becomes self-entitled as well because she's got this power and she saved the world, and so it does get to her head. So yeah, but I still love Skullduggery Pleasant because he is so sarcastic. Just the dry humor in that book. It's my kind of humor, guys. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and put our lovely bacon on the stove. The oil should be hot enough now, so let's go ahead and do that. I nearly dropped a piece of bacon, guys. I'm just separating them just so it's easier to like cook so they don't stick to each other. There we go. The bacon is on. This means to wipe my hands from that. So, Uncle Stinky, why angry Uncle Stinky? How is Seattle and how have you been doing? Are you doing well? And what time is it for you over there? It is now currently 5 to 10 for me here in South Africa. The series made me go from loving the main character to dealing with the stupid in just two movies. Oh no. So we're gonna go ahead and scramble the eggs. And we're gonna go ahead and grab our rusty chopsticks. And scramble the eggs. About midnight, and my birthday is almost over. Oh, no. Wait. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday in the street birthday. Okay, I'll stop. That was a birthday song that we sang at a campsite that I used to work at. So yeah, because they got nothing left to eat but happy birthday. Happy birthday. Enjoy the cake. Do you mean Oh No Jules? It was I don't know who came up with the song. Okay. Uh my pewter crash combined with human error. My old Twitch accounts got deleted, so now I'm a bit. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh no, I am so sorry to hear that. I would have lost my mind because this is hard work, guys. This is hard work, okay? You won't understand until you get into it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, scramble the eggs, and check on the bacon, and then as I finish, I will show you guys the finished works. The scrambled eggs are done. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. Like, look at this. Look at this. Look how nice that looks. Oh, that looks so good. Mm-mm-mm. So the bacon shouldn't take long. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this one. Hey, I am back, BRB. I need to put a kettle on. We will flip the switch. Not a problem, not a problem. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make some toast with this, and yes, I'm picking. Ow, that's hot. Okay. Ooh, that tastes nice. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. I'm doing a happy food dance, guys. I'll be right back. We need the bacon crispy, so we're just gonna leave it for a bit. I'm gonna go ahead and continue with my coffee. Mm. I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. I know we had a little bit of a rough start, but guys, let's just look at the rest of the breakfast streams of what we're gonna be making. So poached eggs on spinach and toasted baguettes will be tomorrow morning with tomato relish. Oh, okay. We've got breakfast frittata, which will be Wednesday morning. And then we've got French toast with berry compote and cream fraiche on Thursday morning. And then Friday morning, we have krummelpap. Now, krummelpap is a South African dish. So, yeah, it's basically porridge that we make. But yeah. And then next week, we've got buttermilk pancakes, buttermilk scones, and then we're doing chocolate muffins and cranberry almond muffins. That's going to be in one stream. That is going to be hectic. We've got homemade muesli and strawberry smoothie. So those are the breakfast streams that, that we're going to be doing. I'm actually like kind of looking forward to this. There we go. People spit at me. Guys, my pan is spitting at me. Dun 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 dun. That one's not as crispy. So we're going to put on the next set of bacon. The next set of bacon. Okay, guys, so there is some bacon. That is how the bacon is looking. Ah, like, look at this, guys. Look at how good that looks. Oh my word, it is so crispy. My gran's gonna love this. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and dish up with a spoon. And I think that will be enough. And then if you guys want, you can add like syrup or honey or whatever the case may be over the bacon. It actually tastes quite nice if you do that. I'm going to do that to my bacon. But yeah, I think this will be enough for my gran, and I'm going to go ahead and give this to her. But basically, guys, there is our breakfast. There's today's breakfast, quick, easy, and yeah, I didn't think it would be this quick and easy because, to be honest, I forgot what I was making this morning. But I'm going to go ahead and give this to my gran. I'll be right back. No, 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 no. The stream's not over. The stream's not over. I'm still here. I'm still here. I just went to go check on the bacon. There's just two more pieces that is busy, two or three more pieces that is busy on the stove. But there is our bacon. And what I like to do, this is what I like to do, guys. If you have honey or syrup at home, you take a little bit of honey and you put this over the bacon and oh, oh, because I've still got a reading stream to do after this. So while I'm eating and having my coffee, I'll most probably put on my Be Right Back screen with some lo-fi music or something like that while I eat. And then I'll be back and I'll be doing a reading stream because Mondays I normally look at samples of books and I read them and I let chat know. It becomes like a discussion, like what you guys think of this book. Would you read it? Stuff like that. So that's basically. I wouldn't call it a book review. I'll just be like, it's just my opinion on books, basically. But yeah, no, definitely. I think actually, you know what? I'm gonna eat on stream. Like, I don't care. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Yes, I'm rolling up the bacon, okay? I don't care. And I'm eating with my hands like a cave woman. Mm. 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 Thank you, Mumsy. Wow, that tastes good. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, this one I'm not gonna roll up. I'm just gonna fold up. You know when you eat something and you just go weak in the knees? That's basically what happened. Mm. Mm. I'm sorry to hear that. That, that bacon with honey, guys. I don't know what it is about bacon with honey, but I think if I have bacon from now on, this is how I'm gonna. I cannot have bacon like just normal again. I can't. Not after this. Like, nope. There's no way. There's no way. And yes, I'm not gonna make more dishes by putting all of this in a plate and then no, 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 no. There's enough dishes for me to do. I'm good, thanks. Hmm. Well, that is the breakfast stream. For now, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And then I'm gonna be going to my talking screen. And while I'm eating, we're gonna be listening to some audiobooks. And then I'll be giving my opinions and you got for those of you who's been around for a while, you know how it works. So I read the synopsis of the book. Yeah, yeah, it does. It does. Okay. So how it works, I read the synopsis of the book. Based off the synopsis, I let chat know if it's a book, if it's a book I think I'll like, and then we look at the sample of the book or the first chapter of the book, and then we basically discuss it, and then I get rid of it off my reading list because I've got a Goodreads, and then yeah, um, hidden pictures. I think. Okay, so we're gonna be looking at 3 books this week instead of 5. Oh my word, we are finishing off with I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. That book has been going around everywhere when it first came out. That was in last year. And it's one of those books that, like, when I first saw the title, I was just like, oh, I don't think I would read that. Until I heard people talking about the book, and then I'm like, yes, I will read that. But yeah, that will be the last book we are looking at. For now, we have um this week it looks like it's nonfiction basically. So humor, nonfiction, and a memoir, basically. So we got The Office BFFs by Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsley, an intimate behind the scenes, richly illustrated celebration of beloved The Office co stars Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsley's. I've never watched The Office, and from some of the things I've seen, I don't think it's a show that I would watch for me. It's just brain dead. Like, I can actually feel my brain cells dying, and I'm like, why do people love this? I don't understand this. So that's just my opinion. That's just my taste. Do not come for me. And an insider's view of Pam Beesly, Angela Martin, and the iconic TV show, featuring many of their never before seen photos. The boar sausages that were acquired in Wales bought taste so much better than domesticated pig. Maybe just my opinion, though. It's like my love for duck over chicken, same reason. Okay, I'm good on those things. Martin had photos. Receptionist Pam Beasley and accountant Angela Martin had very little in common. They toiled together at Scranton's Dunder Muffin Paper Company, but in reality, the two bonded in their very first days on set, and over the 9 seasons of the series run, built a friendship that transcended the show and continues to this day. Sharing everything from what it was like in the early days as the show struggled to gain traction to walking their first red carpet, plus exclusive stories on the making of milestones episodes and how their lives changed when they became moms. The Office BFFs is full of the same warm and friendly tone Jenna and Angela have brought to their Office Ladies podcast. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and look at the audiobook of it and see what that is like, because I don't think I don't know if I'll read this book. So far it doesn't sound boring, it doesn't sound bad. It might be a book that I might just pick up and read. But let's go ahead, listen to the audio sample while I chow down my breakfast.
This is Audible.
Day Street Books and Harper Audio present The Office BFFs.
Tales of the office from two best friends who were there.
Written and read by Jenna Fisher.
And Angela Kenzie.
What are we doing?
I thought we had to talk fancy.
I think maybe we're just supposed to talk like ourselves.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm very sure.
Oh, okay, fine. Hi, you guys! We are so excited to read our book to you.
And we have some fun folks who will be popping in as well.
Starting off with Creed Bratton.
As you probably know, Creed is a wonderful musician, and we asked if he would write us a song for our audiobook.
Hit it, Creed!
I can
Here's
go
a
ahead
tall
and
tale,
tag
you could
out my
call it a
camera.
yarn, about the office ladies and the show they spawned. They took our story and wrote it all down. Little Angela and her friend Pom, Jenna and Ange Pumpkin.
Okay, no, this is not a book I'll be listening to. I can't. Like the show, I can't. I don't know. What do you guys think? I know. This is a no for me. What? I don't understand. Is it just me? Like, what? How is this voted one of the best books on Goodreads? I don't understand. Yeah, no, definitely. I am good, thanks. I am so sorry I made you guys listen to that. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Okay, so the next book we are looking at is Atlas of the Heart, Mapping Meaningful Connection and the Language of Human Experience. Ooh, psychology. I like psychology. Brainers. Yeah, I couldn't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I put you guys through that. I'm sorry. I had no idea. I thought it was just gonna be a funny anecdote of no like shenanigans that behind the scenes shenanigans and stuff like that. I had high hopes, guys. I really did. I tried giving The Office a chance. I'm sorry, I can't. Okay. In Atlas of the Heart, Brown takes us on a journey through 87 of the emotions and experiences that define what it means to be human. As she maps the necessary skills and actionable framework for meaningful connection, she gives us the language and tools to access the universe of new choices and second chances. A universe where we can share the stories of our bravest and most heartbreaking moments with one another in a way that builds connection. I can see how this books might help some people, but I don't think it would be a book for me, if that makes sense. Um, and the only reason why I say that is because I let people know. I don't keep quiet. I don't beat around the bush or whatever. I'm very in my relationships, in my interpersonal relationships. I am very direct. I'm very open, and I do communicate. I don't like playing games. I don't like making people guess. I don't say one thing and mean another. I don't like any of that. For me, it's just a waste and playing. I don't see when somebody says they're fine and they're not fine, or when somebody says something's okay, and it's not okay with them and stuff like that. For me, it just feels like it is being dishonest, but it's more than just being dishonest. It's more in the sense of like you're playing with that person's emotions, you're playing with that person's life, and for me it just feels like you're playing games, and I don't like playing games, and I don't like it when people play games with me. So I can see how this book will help some people. I don't think it's a book for me. Will I read it? Yes, because I do believe that, you um getting perspective and insights on from other people can help you grow and understand and stuff like that. So that's my take, just based off the first paragraph of the synopsis. I'm gonna go over the rest of the synopsis. Over the past 2 decades, Brown's extensive research into the experiences that makes us who we are has shaped the cultural conversation and helped define what it means to be courageous with our lives. Atlas of the Heart draws on this research as well as on Brown's singular skills as a storyteller to show us how accurately naming an experience doesn't give the experience more power. It gives us the power of understanding, meaning, and choice. Brown shares, I want this book to be an atlas for all of us because I believe that with an adventurous heart and the right maps, we can travel anywhere and never fear losing ourselves. It does sound like an interesting book. Let's go ahead and listen to the audio. of the book and see if it's something I would read.
This is Audible.
Penguin Random House Audio presents Atlas of the Heart, mapping meaningful connection in the language of human experience. I'm the author, Brene Brown. I want to let you know that this program includes a downloadable PDF that contains illustrations from the book. I want to also tell you that as a major audiobook listener, I know that you're probably driving or walking or jogging or doing laundry or waiting in
Eating
carpool line,
breakfast.
and you may not want to stop and look at a PDF as a reference. I know that I don't normally listen that way. So what I'm going to do is make sure that you have the full book, including the illustrations, in this audio. You can grab the PDF when you want to, when it's convenient, but you won't be missing anything. You can just listen straight through. My dedication is to PC and BT. You don't know me, but you actually do. Love, TJ. Introduction. Heart is sea, language is shore. Whatever sea includes will hit the shore. Rumi. How it started. I am not a sentimental keeper of things. Maybe it's because I come from a long line of people who hold on to everything, every receipt and photo and old department store box. From the time I was in my early 20s, I often had the unenviable task of packing up the houses of relatives who could no longer live at home or who had died. If the movie montage version of this chore exists, I've never experienced it. It's miserable. First, no one in my family is going to admit that they might, at some point, get sick or die. My people die with a look of defiance on their face and shit in every drawer. This leaves me and my sisters packing, crying, cussing, and using every single tool we've learned in therapy to resist turning on one another when we're exhausted. That's actually the only time we laugh, when one of us says, I wish I could take out my rage on y'all, and the other two, without even looking up, go, yeah, same. There's nothing sweet about packing up. It's hard physical work and an emotional minefield. Do I keep it? Do I trash it when no one's looking? Should I feel bad? Am I bad? Maybe I should just box it all up and let my kids deal with it when it's their turn. As far as my own stuff goes, I was Marie Kondo before Marie Kondo was cool. Just like I'm convinced that my car goes faster after I get an oil change, I can feel my house sighing with relief when I take 5 bags of stuff to the local shelter. There's a lift and a lightness and a sense of control. The house stands a little straighter without the extra weight, and I feel freer with a little less baggage. Becoming a parent made the purging tricky. In 1999, when I was pregnant with Ellen, I saw something on TV, and it was like a reality show or a movie or something that showed how a mother had kept all of her son's drawings and used them to decorate for his wedding rehearsal dinner. Jesus, so much pressure. From that point forward, every one of the 5,684 pieces of art that my kids brought home became an emotional negotiation about their rehearsal dinner. At some point, I realized that unless I was hosting this dinner in a stadium, one box of curated pieces was enough. I saved some, I framed and hung pieces all over the house, I photographed some of them, and when no one was looking, I put the rest in the garbage, way down deep where no one could see. So given my tendency to throw out everything, I'm always fascinated when I come across an old box of my own stuff. I mean, I must have thought something was really important if it warranted saving. If you put all of my memorabilia and artifacts together, you would get the most accurate story of who I was and what I valued at any one point in my life. And you'd probably need no more than a standard issue dining room table to lay it out. I came across this old college paper several years ago when I was starting this book. It's not a great or even a very good paper, but it knocked me off balance for a few months. I mean, I'm looking at this paper, and the title of it, of course, it's written in script, not on a computer, just written on, ruled paper. And the title of the paper is Why We Feel the Pain We Feel. It starts out with this line: throughout our lives, we must experience emotions and
Okay, so while this oh wait, the audiobook finished. Okay, I do like this audiobook. I just took the last piece of bacon to my grand, but from what I've heard, it sounded very interesting. Yes, this will definitely be a book that I read. It won't be, I would love to read this book. It sounds very interesting, especially about the parts where we tend to hold on to things that doesn't really serve a purpose, that's just sitting there and collecting dust. Um, yeah, so this is definitely something I would like to read. What about you guys? Is this something you would like to read? Is this something you would like to pass up? Let me know in chat. While you guys are letting me know in chat, I think I'm gonna put the Be Right Back screen on because I'm gonna be moving this entire operation to my room as I'm done with the cooking stream, and then when I'm done streaming, I have to come and clean up the kitchen. Fortunately, there's not as much of a mess, so it's not a lot to clean up, but I'll be right back as I move into the study. And let me know what you guys think of this book. Is it something you would read? Is it something you're interested in? And yeah. And I am back. With that being said, with the last book, you know what? Let's listen to the audiobook because I still have coffee that I need to finish and it's like getting cold. So the last book is I'm Glad My Mom Died. So this is a heartbreaking and hilarious memoir by iCarly and Sam and Cat star Jeanette McCurdy about her struggles as a former child actor, including eating disorders, addiction, and a complicated relationship with her overbearing mother, and how she retook control of her life. Jeanette McCurdy was 6 years old when she had her first acting audition. Her mother's dream was for her only daughter to become a star, and Jeanette would do anything to make her mother happy. So she went along with what mom called calorie restriction, eating little and weighing herself 5 times a day. Do you know how unhealthy and dangerous that is? That is child abuse. She endured extensive at-home makeovers while mom chided, "Your eyelashes are invisible, okay? You think Dakota Fanning doesn't tint hers?" Oh. It reminds me of that show that used to be on TLC, and that show made me so angry with the pageant beauty, but for children. And these children are like 4 or 5 years old. They've got this done on their bodies, and they're children. They got makeups, fake eyelashes, and I'm just like, These are children. They should not be. Oh, and these moms that put so much pressure on. It kind of reminds me of that, and it grinds my bones. It really, really does. This is so dangerous. She was even showered by mom until age 16 while sharing her diaries, email, and all her income. In I'm Glad My Mom Died, Jeanette recounts all this unflinching detail, just as she chronicles what happens when the dream finally comes true. Cast in a new Nickelodeon series called iCarly, she is thrust into fame. The mom is ecstatic, emailing fan club moderators and getting on a first name basis with the paparazzi. Hi, Gail. Jeanette is riddled with anxiety, shame, and self loathing, which manifest into eating disorders, addiction, and a series of unhealthy relationships. These issues only get worse when soon after taking the lead in the iCarly spin-off Sam and Cat alongside Ariana Grande. Her mother dies of cancer. Finally, after discovering therapy and quitting acting, Jeanette embarks on recovery and decides for the first time in her life what she really wants. Told with refreshing candor and dark humor, I'm Glad My Mom Died is an inspiring story of resilience, independence, and the joy of shampooing her own hair. How you doing? We had breakfast and we had breakfast. We had bacon and scrambled eggs. Everyone's doing well. We already done two books. So the first book was a book about the office. It was horrible. Horrible. Like I'm so sorry I put chat through that. Like don't worry. I'm not reading that book. And the other one was called Atlas to the Heart, and that is a psychology book. That is something I would definitely look into. But yeah, the third and final book we are looking at, I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. I just finished reading the synopsis, and we're going to go ahead and listen to the audio sample of this book. And then after this, I need to give Erin medicine. Guys, Erin is doing so much
This is
better.
Audible.
Wait, hold on. Before we get into the audible of this book, guys, an update on Aaron. Aaron is doing better. He started becoming vocal again. He started being a little bit more active than usual. So yeah, his meows is not as back to normal, but he has started meowing, and it still sounds a bit croaky. But yeah, I kind of gave his medicine around 11 or just after 11 yesterday, and the vet said that I need to try and stick to the same time every day. So I didn't feed him a lot this morning, so I'm gonna go ahead and after the stream be giving his second dose of medicine. And yeah, but he seems to be doing a little better. Okay, I just wanted to give you guys an update on Aaron. He is doing well. And once he's better, I need to go and get him vaccinated. I need to redo all his vaccines. So that's going to be fun. Okay, anyway, let me go ahead and press play.
And Schuster Audio presents I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. Read by the author. For Marcus, Dustin, and Scotty. Prologue. It's strange how we always give big news to loved ones in a coma, as if a coma is just a thing that happens from a lack of something to be excited about in your life. Mom is in the ICU at the hospital. The doctor told us she has 48 hours to live. Grandma, Grandpa, and Dad are out in the waiting room calling relatives and eating vending machine snacks. Grandma says Nutter Butters soothe her anxiety. I'm standing around Mom's tiny, comatose body with my 3 older brothers, Marcus, the together one, Dustin, the smart one, and Scott, the sensitive one. I wipe the corners of her crusted shut eyes with a rag, and then it begins. Mom? Together leans over and whispers into Mom's ear. I'm gonna move back to California soon. We all perk up, excited to see if Mom might suddenly jolt awake. Nothing. Then Smart steps forward. Mama, Kate and I are getting married. Again, we all perk up. Still nothing. Sensitive steps forward. Mommy? I'm not listening to what Sensitive says to try and get Mom to wake up because I'm too busy working on my own wake-up material. And now it's my turn. I wait until everyone else goes down to grab some food so that I can be alone with her. I pull the squeaky chair close to her bed and sit down. I smile. I'm about to bring the big guns. Forget weddings, forget moving home. I've got something more important to offer. Something I'm sure Mom cares about more than anything. Mommy, I am so skinny right now. I'm finally down to 89 pounds. I'm in the ICU with my dying mother, and the thing that I'm sure will get her to wake up is the fact that in the days since Mom's been hospitalized, my fear and sadness have morphed into the perfect anorexia motivation cocktail, and finally, I have achieved Mom's current goal weight for me. 89 pounds. I'm so sure this fact will work that I lean all the way back in my chair and pompously cross my legs. I wait for her to come too. And wait. And wait. But she never does. She never comes to. I can't make sense of it. If my weight isn't enough to get Mom to wake up, then nothing will be. And if nothing can wake her up, then that means she's really gonna die. And if she's really gonna die, what am I supposed to do with myself? My life purpose has always been to make Mom happy, to be who she wants me to be. So without Mom, who am I supposed to be now?
How can you put so much pressure on your
Before.
child? Like,
1.
I mean, how if you have a child, how can you expect them to be you? Or how do you expect them to fulfill a dream that you couldn't fulfill? They are not you, they're their own person. It's not fair that you put so much pressure on them. And not only you put so much pressure on them be to fulfill your dream, you also put pressure on them to be perfect in every single way. Nobody's perfect. It is too much pressure. It's too much pressure for an adult, and now you putting that pressure on a child. Oh.
The present in front of me is wrapped in Christmas paper even though it's the end of June. We have so much paper left over from the holidays because Grandpa got the dozen roll set from Sam's Club even though Mom told him a million times that it wasn't even that good of a deal. I peel, don't rip, off the paper because I know Mom likes to save a wrapping paper scrap from every present. And if I rip instead of peel, the paper won't be as intact as she'd like it to be. Dustin says Mom's a hoarder, but Mom says she just likes to preserve the memories of things. So I peel. I look up at everyone watching. Grandma's there with her poofy perm and her button nose and her intensity, the same intensity that always comes out when she's watching someone open a present. She's so invested in where gifts come from, the price of them, whether they were on sale or not. She must know these things. Grandpa's watching too, and snapping pictures while he does. I hate having my picture taken, but Grandpa loves taking them. And there's no stopping a grandpa who loves something. Like how Mom
That's
tells him to
true.
stop eating his heaping bowl of Tillamook vanilla bean ice cream every night before bed because it won't do any good for his already failing heart. But he won't. He won't stop eating his Tillamook, and he won't stop snapping his pictures. I'd almost be mad if I didn't love him so much.
Aww.
Dad's there, half asleep like always. Mom keeps nudging him and whispering to him that she's really not convinced his thyroid is normal. Then Dad says, "My thyroid's fine," in an irritated way and goes back to being half asleep 5 seconds later. This is their usual dynamic. Either this or an all-out scream fight. I prefer this. Marcus, Dustin, and Scotty are there too. I love all of them for different reasons. Marcus is so responsible, so reliable. I guess this makes sense since he's basically an adult. He's 15, but even so, he seems to have a sturdiness to him that I haven't seen in many other adults around me. I love Dustin even though he seems a bit annoyed by me most of the time. I love that he's good at drawing and history and geography, 3 things I'm terrible at. I try to compliment him a lot on the things he's good at, but he called me a brown noser. I'm not sure what that is exactly, but I can tell it's an insult by the way he's.
I would read this book. I think a lot of this book would make me angry. Um, but just like I don't understand the psychology of some people where they shove this idea of perfection onto a child or onto somebody else when they can't even achieve it themselves, or because they missed out on an opportunity, or because they couldn't achieve their life goals or their dreams, and then they put that pressure on somebody else, like you are gonna and they live vicariously through others. I don't understand why people do that. It's something I will never ever understand. But yeah, that is a book that I will definitely like to read. When I first saw the book, I didn't really want to read it because it sounded like very damn okay. But when I heard what the book was about and when I heard people actually talking about the book, then I was like, oh, this is actually quite an interesting book. This is something I would like to read. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. I hope you guys enjoyed today's breakfast stream. And we will be doing poached eggs on baguettes and spinach with tomato relish tomorrow morning. But yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna ask if you guys can stick around for a raid because we will be raiding out. Then so stop it. Thank you, Paul. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm just gonna go ahead and look for somebody to raid. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. I think we will be raiding. We haven't raided. We haven't raided this person before, I believe. And we haven't raided Cactus Room in a while. So let's go ahead and raid Peculiar Pup. And with that, I shall see you guys tomorrow morning for our second episode. Oh, Fluffy, I'm gonna die! Okay. Before we raid, let me just put the raid in. And then Angry Uncle Stinky. I'm gonna go ahead. He has the official greeting. Hey, how you doing? And I shall see you guys tomorrow morning for our second breakfast episode. Until then, I'm gonna go ahead and say bye, my couplings.
Cooking the coconuts. Oops. Oh, that's a whole coconut. I see.
It's just they fell and they break apart.
Yeah.